Morning, or afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Um, let's see here. So, for those of you who follow my stream, you know I want to. I'm looking for something to relax with on Saturday mornings. So, I still plan on streaming Star Citizen later this afternoon, evening. But I just want something to kind of start the day, stream for 2-3 hours, just kind of relax, break up the monotony of playing the same game. So this morning we're going to try Timberborn. That game I do know how to play. And one of the big differences between this and like the rail sims I was trying to play, there's a pause button. So I can do that. All right, let's get the bonus started. There we go. So our first code should be off the board. Yes, it is. Now let's start a raffle for all you early morning folks here. So, I'm gonna play some Timberborn, I think, and just kind of enjoy that. Let's see here. Let's do the full screen, and where's my Steam play? The raffle is for 2 giveaways. So I have 2 giveaways, a $230 worth of Steam gift cards and the $8.90 jump for Star Citizen. If you win the raffle, then you get a code that gives you more entries into those giveaways. So I'll talk about that for a minute. So if you, let's see who wins this raffle here. So I have 2 giveaways, $8.90 jump and $230 worth of Steam gift cards. And you know, you get different ways to get entries. You have a Twitch account, you follow me on Twitch, and then you get some more, right? Well, for both of those, down at the bottom, after you do those first 2, there's a enter your unique personal code. So when you win the raffle, you get a code to put here. And for the $8.90 jump, it's worth 25. For the Steam gift card, it's worth 1,000 entries. So like Trait just won there on the Twitch side. So he now has a unique code delivered to him that he can put here. And that gives him 25 entries into the $8.90 jump. And it only says 25 here, but for the Steam gift card, you actually get 1,000 entries into that. And it looks like Rufus won over on the YouTube side, so he has it. The way you get to it, if you win, the way you get to it is I have integrations with Twitch and YouTube. So if you want to get your Twitch code...
This shall be a day for all to remember. Let us bravely charge the fields of Azeroth, from which...
Hey, fellas! Boy, this is neato, huh?
Butters, what the hell are you doing?
I got World of Warcraft like you said.
You can't be the dwarf character, Butters. I'm the dwarf.
Well, there's only like 4 races to choose from.
So pick another one. I'm the dwarf, you stupid asshole. Log out, create a new character, and log back in.
I like Hello Kitty on an adventure a lot more than this stuff.
I love that clip. Yes, this is not quite Orison. So Data, I've been trying to come up with some things to relax play on Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings. So this won't be a long stream. It's just something I'm waking up. I'm having my coffee. I just want to relax and play. So I'll be playing some Star Citizen later this afternoon, evening. So I want to stream for 2-3 hours, play some Timberborn, then maybe work on the yard a little bit, go get something to eat, and then later on do Star Citizen. This is a big weekend though. We're giving that $8.90 jump away tomorrow. We're giving the $8.90 jump away tomorrow. So we're 36 hours away from the giveaway. So my plan today is some Timberborn in the morning, Star Citizen in the evening, some more, hopefully some more Timberborn tomorrow morning, and then once I go live in the afternoon, we'll stay live until the giveaway. Thanks for the follow, Ghost. Thank you, thank you. Oh, and I missed another follow too. That should have paused and played your redeem there. Ralphus, yes. Thanks for your follow as well too. Let's see here. Who's in the house? Rufus is in the house. Trade, Hudson Hawk, Tier, Nin, Pagan, Night Hollow. I think we got most everybody. Hello, Ghost. Hello. So that's my plan. Is I want to have on the weekends maybe something I can just relax to in the morning. Timberborn has a pause button. So, you know, I just don't want anything stressful. I just want to relax and mess around, maybe chat with people and stuff like that. But we're giving us away. We're giving us away tomorrow. I'm excited. And then after this, it's going to be a Perseus giveaway. I think it's a Perseus. Excuse me. So that's the plan. Let's do another raffle here. It's amazing. Timberborn has been in early access for, I'm insane. Let's see here. Let's kick off another raffle. Timberborn has been in early access forever. It's like, this is one of the best deals. This is one of the best unknown. Well, I mean, it's popular, but this is a fun, relaxing game. It's a little bit different take on the city builders. So I'm gonna do a new game. I like the folktale. Let's see here. What is green? New. So I think I haven't really played this game much in 2-3 years, and so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna short season. A short season to kind of get back into the flow of things, and then we'll start to do harder maps. When Hawaiian t-shirt giveaway? Soon. So I do plan on doing that. The only thing is I don't want to get into the physical delivery business data. So what I'm waiting for is Printify is supposed to be doing gift cards eventually, or discount codes. And so what I would do is I would give you a 100% discount code onto the store that I have, and you'd only have to pay like shipping or something like that, and you'll be able to do it. So I'm waiting. I do plan on actually doing some Hawaiian shirt giveaways, but I am waiting for Printify to add the coupon codes basically. And then I plan on doing the Timberborn music's playing at the same time too. I'm gonna have to stop this for just a second until I get the Timberborn music taken care of. What I plan on doing with that then is, if you're a subscriber or something like that, I also plan on giving you discount codes to that and stuff like that. Yeah. The only thing for me though, data, is I stay away from copyrighted stuff. So I don't really see me creating an 890 jump. As much as I'd love to create an 890 jump Hawaiian shirt, it's, unless I got permission from CIG to do that, I don't see me doing anything that's copyrighted. I might do something that looks similar or has a similar style. Is that hanger available in game? Might be. I don't know. So I think I'm gonna start with something simple, get back into the flow of the game, and then I'll jump into harder ones in some later seasons. So no, the Revel in York, Ralphus, they used to, it's a concept that doesn't exist anymore. So when you go to Orison, the hangars in Orison, they are what they are. When you go to Area 18, the hangars are what they are. So they don't have those unique styles of hangars anymore. Maybe they'll introduce them, but right now the hangars are based upon the location, and that's the only thing that affects the hangar. Otherwise, that'd be cool. Let's do another raffle. And let's go. Like I said, I want to do something simple to get back into this. I don't want to do anything complicated. We're just going to do normal. I'm going to get back into the flow of the game. And then in season 2, we'll do something a little bit more difficult. Let's turn my music back on. I'm even going to do the tutorial. I just don't even remember. Let's call it settlement. Let's just call it something. Alohaville. Call it Alohaville for now. Actually, let's name it after one of our Star Citizen planets. Our Star Citizen planets. Some of the names were created for Stars Reach. So in Stars Reach, let me turn this off. In Stars Reach, we did some contest of naming. Observers Reach. How about let's do Daggertooth Nook. Can I use spaces in the names? Orison. No, what I meant by I didn't mean Star Citizen names. I meant names that are more towards my style. All right, I am gonna pause this. Like I said, it's been a while since I've gotten into this. So this is a typical city builder, except for it's a little bit unique. You have beavers that do the building. Let's change some music down since we're gonna run our own music. Where is there no music? Oh, here we go. Let's just turn that off for now. Hey Doc, welcome in. Yeah, I'm gonna set the volume down just a little bit more. Let's go 20, see how that does. There we go, that's pretty good. So we need to place a lumberjack flag. The game's not hard, especially on normal mode. It's all about water and food to keep the beavers alive. If the beavers die, then you're in a world of hurt. So we want to harvest the lumber, and we want to get water started, and we want to get berries started. I'm just taking a look at the map. This is bad water. It will contaminate your beavers, and then you'll have to heal them. There are bad tides where all the water ends up being bad. We'll just keep it simple here. So we're gonna just start with, we'll just harvest this stuff right now. What are our water sources? So is this a water source? This must be a water source. Does this go under? Sure does. It's got to be a water source in there. What do you need to do in this game? It's a survival game, city builder survival game. It's part creativity, it's part survival. What ends up happening is the beginning of the game is definitely survival. So you want your beavers to be alive. Oops, or hit the play button. And then it's part creativity. So there's tons of things you can build. So you'll see by the time I get done with this, there's going to be a thriving metropolis of beavers doing stuff. All right, well, what I want to do is I want to clear these out so they're out of the way. So we're going to harvest those first. So let's place 2 lumberjack flags. Where are the lumberjack flags? Well, let's mark these for cutting. So what you do is you mark the trees for cutting. So these are marked for cutting. So they'll only cut those trees. And I'm going to go ahead and mark all these for cutting too, because I'm going to need the wood. And then where do we place the lumberjack flag? Where's the lumberjack? Lumberjack, where are you at? Under wood. Here we go, under wood. So this is a beaver will man this to do the lumberjacking. So he'll be able to reach. Let's see here. We'll do a couple. We'll put one here and we'll put one over here. So let's put him here-ish. I'm gonna make sure I get all these. So there. And then we'll place the other one over here. How do you rotate? R. We'll put them up against the wall there. And then you need to have roads to get to them, or sidewalks here. So this is a sidewalk. Yeah, there we go. You can see, so this is the entrance to it right there. So we're going to put that there. This is really, it's still early access. Like I said, this is a very high quality game and has lots of unique aspects to it. All right, so then the next thing we're going to need to do after the lumberjack flag is the flag will not be built until the district's building range. Select the district center, see if it's in build range. Yes, we know that. We'll go ahead and we'll press play. So you'll see two people will start. They're going to build this. I feel like I've seen this on Steam before. Yeah, it's a very popular game. And then the other thing we got to take care of is food. So let's get that taken care of. I'm going to pause it again. So let's get the berries. Here we go, food. So we're going to harvest all these berries. This will give us food to eat. What gets us in range of all this? I think that gets us in range. The Hull C worked yesterday. Very good, very good. Like I said, it's hit and miss. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends upon the server you're on, how bad the server is, how well it's doing, stuff like that. And then I'm gonna want to put some storage here. I'm gonna do some small storage too. Let's see here. So when they get the wood, these things can hold X amount of wood when they get done building it. And the same thing with this, but then we're gonna want a little bit of storage. This will be for wood. We'll put the wood pile there. And then you have to tell it what resources you want to put in this storage. So we're going to put logs because that's what we're going to get from these trees here. And then this small warehouse will be for berries. We got to tell this we're going to put berries on here. And then I believe I need to mark these trees for gathering. I don't remember how to do that. Where do I do the gathering? So that's for cutting trees. How do you mark things for gathering? This is for planting. This is for use this tool to designate area for planting. Required to forester. I don't want to do that. Where is the gathering of grapes? Is it in here? Gather a flag. So how do I set this for gathering? For food. It's confusing. So this one is marking trees for cutting. That's for planting. These are all for planting of resources. Now it made fun of me. Oh yeah, the Hull C is great for it's just great for getting resources or money. Let's throw up another raffle while I figure this out. So this is for planting again. So these are for planting. So where is the resource gathering? Ooh, mark resources. No, mark resources for demolition. This is for priority. These are for pass. Landscaping, storage, district management, housing, water, food. Why am I missing how to set up for gathering? You have to mark these for gathering somehow. Alright, the tutorial is going to take me through this. It should take me through it, so let's just go ahead and play it. I'm missing. I should be able, just like I marked these trees for cutting, there's a way to mark the blueberries for picking. And I don't know how to do it. Alright, so connect the lumberjack flag. Every building has an entrance, must be connected. We've done that. Mark trees for cutting, we've done. So we need to build a water pump too. So let's go ahead and do that. Water pump. So we got to get water. These guys need water. We'll put him right here like that. And then we need to build a path to him. Here we go. There we go. Alright, so that's good. He's connected. We're going to want to build a water storage for him as well. Let's see here. Where is the water storage? It's been so long here. Housing district. I just don't remember the icons. Storage. Here we go. So this is a barrel. So we got 3 types of storage. We'll just put this right here so it's quickly able to get to it. We're going to bump up the priority of him because he's supposed to be higher to build. And we'll bump this up. How to set up this raffle. I set up the raffle. You don't set up the raffle. I did Stormbreaker mission only one time. Yeah, I haven't done Stormbreaker at all. I'm not interested in playing something that pretends to be P versus E and is really a P versus P zone. And it funnels everybody to the same locations. You know, I might check it out, it's just I'm not going out of my way to do it. So it seems like you don't have to mark him. So he's picking the berries anyway. Alright, so that you don't have to mark these for picking. I thought you used to be able to have to do that. Alright, so the Timberborns, the beavers, are taking wood materials that they needed. So to build this, they need 15 logs, and this one they need 12 logs. Let's build this as the higher priority. There we go. Bober. I don't know what bober means. Alright, so we're going to need water. And then we got water storage. I'm actually going to go ahead and build some more water storage. Housing, storage. We're going to build this and that. So we got some stairs to get up to there. I'll speed up the timeline. You can get pause mode, normal play mode, double play mode, and triple play mode. So the time goes by. So if you're really just waiting for stuff to be built, but because it's been a while, I want to slowly get into it. I don't know what Kura means. What does Kuras mean? I don't know what Kura means. You'll have to tell me, Data, what that means. You know what I should do is I should have a bot to kick off a raffle every X amount of battle. Have some breakfast. Yeah, that's my idea. It's just kind of relax in the morning. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. So right now, the raffle should be a moderator command only. Commands. Raffles. Or am I not seeing the raffle commands? There we are. So yeah, he's moderator only command. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a timer. And we're going to have it automatic. That way, if I get playing into the game and I'm like focused, because that'll happen with Timberborn, I'll still be doing some raffles here. So let's create a new timer. And automated raffles. Let's do anywhere from 10 minutes. Let's see here. We'll do random on it here. So anywhere, let's go 10 minutes. Hold on, random. Anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes. 30 times 60, 1800. So every 10 to 30 minutes, we're going to get automated raffles. And let's see here. So I need a command for that. Add and automated raffles. Yeah, let's put that under raffles. Because what I don't want to do is get hung up in a game like Timberborn and just completely ignore the audience. Core timed actions, so it should be automated raffles. Oops, didn't select it. So whenever this timer, why is it not selecting automated raffles? Then core, and we're gonna run an action. Commands, where do you run an action? Actions, run action, and we want to run raffles. There. So every 10 to 15 minutes, if I'm not paying attention, it still should kick off a raffle. Hey, Vess, welcome in, welcome in. So what I'm going to do is we're going to test this real quick. We're just going to test the trigger. Boom. So in addition to me doing manual ones, I think Trade's got some automated bots going on there. I am thinking about ways I want to deal with bots. I do want to deal with the bots, if they exist. I don't know if they do. What I'm thinking about is changing the join command to be dynamically generated. So, I am thinking about stuff like that. I'm thinking about making the join command to be dynamically generated. Because one of the things I was thinking about doing was making it kind of a quiz and stuff like that. But we'll keep it simple. I mean, if you're bumping the viewer count, you're bumping the viewer count, whether you're a bot or not. So I'm not against that. So the beavers have working hours. And so they are currently set to work 16 hours a day. So let's say, I just want to save this because it's a starting point. All right, diagram note. They have working hours, so it's 16 hours a day, which is quite a bit. So while it's the other 8 hours a day, they're going to be sleeping, resting, whatever. We don't have any structures yet, so they're sitting there and they're just sleeping. So we're going to speed through this a little bit. So I'm going to set up the time here so now we can see it's getting closer. There we go. So now they're back to working. They're going back to building this. Do we have anybody? Okay, he's tearing down that. They're tearing down that. Let's build a lumber thing by hand to storage. Storage. A log pile. Rotate it just like that. Let's set it for logs. There we go. Congratulations, Mad Rango. So I'm curious. I'm gonna start another raffle because I am curious about something. Notice how the moment the raffle starts, Trait joins right away. There's no, you can't convince me that's not some automated botting. That's okay. I like Trait. Trait's cool. But you can't convince me that's not a bot either. So I notice if I don't have the game highlighted, it pauses it too. All right, so we got our water pump built. We built the gathering flag. Build efficient. So we want to do a farmhouse. So farmhouse, we're going to want to build on green land. If you were to build a farmhouse back here, the soil's not good for planting. This area here, which is kind of where I was thinking, would be good for farmhouses, which is why I'm cutting down these trees. Once these trees are cut down, I don't want them here anymore. So we're going to set some of this stuff for demolition. As we cut these trees down, there. If you leave those tree stumps there, they'll regrow as trees. So over time, we're going to make this more farmland than trees. And then over here, we'll have our trees and stuff over here. We'll let this be the tree area. I want to do the farmland over here. So we need to build a farmhouse. All right, so let's see here. The outline is where they can harvest. So someone's going to be working this building here, and this is their reach, which is pretty good. Let's do him. He can pretty much hit most of that. So let's put him there. And then we have to set where they're going to plant their resources. Let's see here, plant crops. We're going to plant carrots just to get started. I don't know how much carrots he's going to want me to plant, but we're just going to start with this and we'll see. There we go. And let's bump him up since he's important to build. We'll bump the priority for him. I think we got the priority of that up too, because I do want to get one of the barrels because I want the water in here. That's not as important because you can see these little things here. So he's not working anymore because he's full. He's got berries in here. So now that this is built, he's going to transfer. You can see that he's transferring the berries to this building here. So now he can go get some more berries. So now we can have 20 berries here and 30 there. How can I do that in the giveaway section? Yes, it'll be ironic. Someone can make a bot that's just going to type that. Oh, yeah, I know. Well, the idea, Dr. Hoon, is no matter what the text is, if it's always the text, it's going to be easy to automate it. I mean, it's to a certain degree, it's almost impossible to stop tons of automation given enough time. Because, like, even if I were to dynamically generate the code, a join command, you would still have to tell everybody in the chat what the join command is. So if I'm writing a bot, then I just look for the text to see what the join command is and then post that in. Right. Oh, I need to set this resources to water. There we go. So now they're going to fill this up with water too. I'm trying to think, you know, there's different stuff they can do. If someone's always consistently the first person to join right away, I might time them out. But then even then, the bot that would then, I would change the bot to a randomly join. If I know I got 90 seconds, then I'm just going to randomly join between 1 and 70 seconds. What I plan on doing is and then the other side of that is, at the end of the day, the purpose is to get the viewer counts, because at the bottom line is, if someone sees there's just 1 or 2 viewers, then you're pushed down to the bottom, right? And the more viewers you get pushed up to the top, which is getting it in there. So they are contributing to the viewership numbers. And that helps get up to the top, which brings in other viewers. And so, you know, the bot people may not be there to watch the content, but they can help you get other viewers that end up going, oh, I am liking this channel. I do like this channel. Let me stay and hang on, right? So I know there are viewers here not for my wonderful conversation. They're here to win an 890 jump, and that's okay. That's okay. But they are increasing the viewership numbers, which helps me get more eyes onto the stream. And then eventually there may be some other people that go, oh, I'm kind of enjoying this content. I'm going to stay and hang around. So it is what it is. And let's take Trait. So like I said, one interesting thing about Trait, I like him, but he's also a subscriber to the channel. Or he was a subscriber to the channel. I don't know what happened there. Some of these people I've seen them subscribe too. So, all right. So look here. So these guys, they want some water. So they're thirsty. I think what I'm gonna do is, instead of building this one here, have they already started to put materials here? I'm actually going to delete that. And we're going to build one more over here. So we got some resources closer to where everybody else's is at. So water, storage. Hey, water. Speaking of water. See, like, why is everybody... Oh, did my automated bot went off? It did, didn't it? Nice. Nice. See, I like that. It kind of kicked off the raffle. Hey, Spirit, thanks for the prime. Thank you, thank you. All right, so I think I'm going to build one here so that there's a little bit closer for folks to be able to get to the water. Distance matters too, how far they have to travel, right? So they're either doing their job or they need to go get some food or whatever. And so we got some berries. This is log piles. We bumped the priority of that up. All right, so we're good. So nice, it did kick off. So it should kick off an automated raffle every 10 to 30 minutes. So if I'm not paying attention a whole lot to chat, we should get those. So tier 1 and Pagan 1 on the YouTube side. And it's the same way. It's like people hear about. I feel like World of Warcraft, for example, could absolutely handle bots better than they do. But here's the thing: what they do is they still cost $15 a month to get a bot in game. So they let them subscribe for 2-3 months, get some money out of them. They probably make sure that it's worthwhile for them. So if I were to pay $15 and then they ban them the next day, then it's not going to be profitable for the bot people, and then they quit botting it. But if I let them stay subscribed for 2-3 months, 6 months, whatever it is, they're going to make their money more than what they paid Blizzard. So they let them bot. I have no doubt Blizzard can handle bots better. And so it benefits both of them. They give Blizzard money. They give Blizzard subscriber numbers that they can tell shareholders. And they bot them. They get rid of them every now and then so that the community is like, hey, we're getting rid of bots and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of people do. Now, if you're a free game, then for me, I wouldn't want tons of bots. And it depends upon the type of game. I mean, for the most part, World of Warcraft, it's such a large game. There's so many different areas. The bots have a different type of impact, right? Unless they're farming some rare resource, it's not too bad. Which they do farm rare resources. And so for me, it's like even if someone writing a bot and they're joining in the raffles, you know, I'm okay with it because they're bumping the viewership up. You know. All right, so what we got here? So we can build efficient farmhouse. It should be just about done here. Let's speed this up a little bit. All right, 70%. The one key thing, so the big part for this is getting the forester, because if you end up using all your wood that you can get to before you have a forester, you will no longer have wood, or the trees won't grow fast enough and you're in a world of hurt. So the next thing after this should be the forester. So that's how you replant trees and stuff. They will eventually, if you have some trees, they'll eventually sprout some seeds and other ones will grow. All right, 90%, 98. Okay, all right. So now we got our farm. I just want to pause for a minute and see where I'm at. Okay, plant carrots. We've done. So they want me to plant even more carrots. So what I want to do is, I want all this to be the carrot side. So I'm going to, I'm not care about this, but I'm gonna set this all for demolish, and I'm gonna change it to carrots eventually. So we're just going to demolish this whole area. Actually, let me do this in a certain order. I don't care about those as much. Alright, we're going to mark all these, because we're going to replace these with carrots anyway. Then these. There we go. And then we're going to set these for carrots. Sorry, plant crops, carrots. So I'll change, as these get demolished, I'll change those to carrots. Alright, so we're almost there. And there we go. So now we got 100 planted, and then we'll bump those to carrots too. Alright, build a large pile, set large pile to logs, build a small tank. Alright, so we got our tank set up. So we got one here. There's going to be 3 of them that we need to do. So this will be the second one. This will be the third one. They want us to build a large pile. That's okay. So this is storage. So this is the large pile. We'll do this right here, because this is where we plan on planting most of the trees anyway. And then we're going to set him for logs. Did I set him for water? So there's different things later on. There's different stuff you can put into these different types of storage. So you have to tell it what kind of storage you want to put in these items. All right, so we got a large pile. We need to build 3 small tanks. Those are in progress. And set small tank to water. I think I've done them all, have I not? That one, that one. Oh, nope, this one. There we go. Okay, so now we're just waiting for those to get built. So one of the things, as you can see, so we have 9 guys who can work. You have kids. The bad thing is about kids is they take food and resources, water and food, but they contribute to the game at all. Do you like Kickstarter early access game more than mainline games? Not necessarily, Tier. It just so happens that the most of the games I'm interested in happen to be in early access. When Stars Reach goes 1.0, I'm going to play that. I will continue to play that. I'll be playing Stars Reach for a long, long time. Same thing for Star Citizen, but Star Citizen is going to be in early access forever. This game, it's in early access. This game is as polished as you're going to see. It's been in early access as far as like 4 or 5 years, if not longer. Maybe not 4. Maybe, what is it, 2025? Maybe 4. Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 years. I don't know why this is still early access. I think we're still balancing and doing tons of stuff, but this game here it's more finished than Baldur's Gate was early access. But they continue to update it and enhance it. And then if an MMO comes out, it looks like it might be neat. I'll play it. Yeah, Space Engineer is something I'll do. So You know, and here's the thing too: is a new game comes out, I'll check it out to see if it's going to be a game I want to play more. And that's why EA was the first act the whole time. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it was. This is the full game and it's polished. The only thing they're doing is changing some balancing on some of the stuff. They do add some new pieces from time to time, but I think it's just in the state of where games are at. But I like checking out games. I do enjoy spinning up a game for the first time. So I do have a whole first time playthrough category. When did you first start Citizen? I saw Star Citizen in 2013 as a 10-year-old and fell in love with it. I caught my eye. Star Citizen caught my eye at the same time PAX Day was going into early access, which was June of last year. So I'd already had my heart set on playing some PAX Day. So I went ahead and got a Star Citizen account. But I didn't play it in June of last year. So then I played PAX Day Early Access for a lot for 3-4 months. And then around August of last year, that's when I was like, okay, I've checked out PAX Day. I've done everything in PAX Day. Let's go check out Star Citizen. So I started playing Star Citizen for real in early last year in August. 90% of my Star Citizen gameplay has been streamed. And in fact, my whole first week of Star Citizen you can see online. And the very first thing that happened to me, I'm going through the tutorial in my hab. I make it to my ship. They give you like a delivery mission or something to do first. I'm starting to make my way to Bikini Point or Seraphim, one or the other, and then some player shot me down. I got shot down on my very first day. It was funny. Oh, they speed it up through nighttime. All right, so like these two guys here, they were kids. Now they're adults, so they will be able to contribute to building stuff and not just taking food and water. So we're going to just get through the nighttime here. What I do want to do, I want to bump since these are on the tutorial list, I'm going to bump the priorities of all of these. There we go. Alright, so we got some open spots here. My first flight, I tried switching between controller and MMK and it didn't go well. Yeah, I stayed with, I pretty much play Star Citizen with controller. I mean, not controller, but mouse and keyboard. So now that they've demolished some of this stuff, we're going to plant some more carrots here. So as they demolish these resources, we'll get our field built out. On my first day, I did cotton candy runs, and then a few hours in some blow up my little Titan, so I upgraded to the Connie. Cotton candy runs? I haven't heard of those. All right, so that spot opened up, so we can plant some there. We can plant some there. Hey, DJ. What's going on? Just doing a little relaxing short stream this morning, which is kind of what I've been trying to do, is just find a game that I can relax and play in the morning. Is that code for drugs? Oh, I bet that might be code for drugs. See, Tier's smarter than I am. He figured it out. Yeah, no, I get it now. Now that Tier points it out, it's obvious to me. What is this guy doing? Okay. And then I believe we're going to do housing. So there's two types of races right now in Timberborn, the Folktail and the Iron Teeth. The Folktail reproduce by building housing, and then the Iron Tails, you have to build these breeding pods. And that's the other thing too, is they create more maps. I imagine they're going to have more races and stuff they'll add. Gotta say, I've been loving this game. Picked it up a few weeks ago and haven't been able to put it down. Oh yeah, this is one of those games, DJ, where it's you do one day, and then you're like, oh well, let's go do another day. Or I gotta build this. Okay, now I gotta build this, and I gotta build this. Like this can suck hours from you in a heartbeat. It is a lot of fun. That's what I was trying to tell folks. It's like, this is early access, but this is as completed a game as you can get for early access. It's very solid. I think I ended up having seen your name in RCB. I am. I do subscribe to Real Civil Engineer. You absolutely did see me in RCA videos. So I got into Real Civil Engineer's videos. He was actually playing a civil engineering game. It's the one where it's a 3D. You walk around, but it ends up being a mystery of some sort. And the way he told it was just great. Yeah, I didn't know if this was EA. I wouldn't known it from the game itself. Exactly. So, you know, I enjoy this content. And what I tend to do is, you know, you got NBC, ABCs, like all the major networks, YouTube, Hulu, Netflix. But if I watch someone online and I get a lot of value out of their content, I will subscribe to them. I will Patreon to them. I will do whatever. So, you know, after a couple of years, I was like, man, I really enjoy his stuff. So, ended up doing his Patreon. And so, yeah, you will see me in his videos from time to time. I think on one of them, me and some other guy had to breed to save the colony. One of his accident videos. Not the most recent one. It was one maybe from about a year or so ago. All right, so what we got to do next? So we just got to get this large pile done here. And so I haven't really played Timberborn much in a couple of years. Yeah, I think sometimes he does it on purpose too, because it makes for good content. But maybe not. Maybe they just get into that way. So my idea here is I haven't played Timberborn really in a couple of years, so there's a lot of new pieces. So I'm gonna do one season of a normal, relaxed playthrough, so I can get back into it. And then once I kind of feel like I'm good into it, we're gonna restart. We're gonna do a new season. So let me pause it. We're gonna do a new season and do the hard mode and all that. But I want to get back into it. So what you'll see is I'll be probably playing Timberborn on the mornings and the weekends. So Saturday morning, Sunday morning, just as my relaxing playthrough, because you got a pause button. You know, if you got a pause button, to me, it's never stressful. All right, so we've done this part of the tutorial. That's why I'm even doing the tutorial. I don't even remember what all I got to do. So we want to do a medium warehouse. So that's just for the carrots. So what we'll do is we'll put the warehouse over here so he's not in the way of the green food areas, but still somewhat close to the farm. So where is storage? We want a medium warehouse. We'll put that right there. We need to set them to carrots. We want to set this one to carrots. Where are the carrots? That's berries. Carrots, there we go. And then it looks like we got to build another warehouse, medium warehouse, and set that to berries. Makes sense. Storage. Medium warehouse. Let's put him right there. So again, not on the green land. Oh, you know what? In case I want a road going, I'm going to move him over just a hair there. In case I want to use that road. And then we need to set these to berries. Yes. All right. So that's the next step in the tutorial. And we just have one more piece there. Let's set that to carrots. There we go. So now we got a little farm area right there. So I don't expect to really run into many challenges on this map. I just want to kind of get back into it. You're going to see later on is there's more stuff. Eventually, we're going to have to harvest metal from here. We'll have to deal with the bad tides as they come in. Looks like it's nighttime here. I think the next thing after this is, let's bump these up. The next things after this is ads are starting in a couple minutes too. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to pause the game. Bad tides can be absolutely brutal. Yeah. If you're not prepared for them and don't know how to redirect the water, bad tides are terrible. So I do have Twitch ads starting up here in a minute. I'm going to take a break and my coffee refreshed. I'm just going to let the thing kind of, well, what we'll do is this. We're going to save the game in case something happens. But I'm going to just let it play on slow mode. And I'm going to get my coffee refill to come back. And I'm going to leave you with a Timberborn video. Let's see if this works. Oh, DJ, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Alright, so I'll be right back. I won't be long. Just get my coffee refilled while we got the Twitch test going.
Hello everyone and welcome to Timberborn Update 7 Ziplines and Tubeways. My name is Michał, I'm the communication manager for Timberborn, and today I'm joining our game designer named Adrian in showing you the cool new stuff added with Timberborn Update 7 Ziplines and Tubeways. We'll get to the titular features, the ziplines and the tubeways, in a moment, but first we should probably talk about the more systemic change that Update 7 implements. I'm talking about the 3D terrain. But what does that even mean? Wasn't the terrain in the game 3D all the time?
Yeah, so obviously visually the terrain has been three-dimensional so far, but it has been a bit limited in that you could only put terrain on top of other terrain. You couldn't put, well, for example, a platform and then terrain on top of it, and that's possible now. So you can create overhangs that are in the air, you can create layers of terrain separated by platforms, so you can, for example, create, well, have farms with different crops in the same space, basically, which allows you to create, well, vertical farms.
Okay. Is it possible? Is there a hard limit of how many layers of terrain can be placed one atop another?
No, as long as it's within the limitations for the build limit, the build height that you can reach on the map.
Okay, so we are able to put the terrain blocks on top of the platforms, overhangs, and other beaver-made structures. But has anything changed in terms of how the 3D terrain is sculpted in the map editor? How just natural terrain looks in the game right now?
Yeah, so we have new options for terrain, and that works for the map editor and the actual city building part of the game. So, for example, in the map editor, you have some new tools that allow you to create just hanging terrain, which allows you to create some caves or tunnels, and this is one example of them. So we have this bedwater lake here, and it's partially covered by this collapsed terrain roof. And as you can see, this terrain doesn't have anything below it, it's just attached to the side. And that's thanks to part of the 3D terrain expansion, which allows you to stick terrain to the sides of existing terrain as well, not just on top of it or to this, on top of the other structures.
Okay, so if you if we wanted to recreate that cave in the game by sending our beaver builders to do something similar, is it possible?
Yeah, you can just use the existing terrain block, which you were using until now if you did any terraforming, and you can just start the interaction at the side of the block and just drag it. And there's a limit, so we can only go 3 tiles away from terrain. We can't build beyond that. This works because this terrain is to the side here. But as you can see, I can't drag it any further than this. We could, though, do something similar that we can already do with the metal overhangs that beavers build, and that's build a little sideways, sorry, a little like reversed stair.
I haven't seen this video.
Setup.
I'm about to sit here and check that out at some
would not
point.
have limits, but well, it's part of an
this our
art.
break is
which,
over.
Cat here.
And DJ, I appreciate you doing the follow on both platforms. Thank you, thank you. All right, so what we gotta do next? So we're still waiting for the medium warehouse. Let's set these. Like I said, I want to harvest the trees, but I want to demolish buildings, resources. But I don't want to destroy them until they've been cut down. There we go. Oops, let me switch over to the overlay. I got to get my Steam Deck going. All right, so what do we got going on here? Yeah, we're full on berries there. I think I'm going to, just to make sure I don't harvest too much trees early on, we're going to leave this unmarked. Until I get a forester built, you got to be careful. Off to the barber. Hey, see you later, Jedi. Thanks for coming by. Want to make sure I have my forester built before I get rid of all my trees. Now, that's one mistake you can make, is accidentally getting rid of all your trees before you have a forester. Because you need trees to sprout seeds to grow more trees. So if you get rid of all the trees, you're not sprouting seeds. All right, let's speed them up. Let's get past the nighttime here. So we're waiting for, what are we waiting for? We're waiting for the 2 medium warehouses. So this one's, all right, we're getting there. Should be the forester soon. Let's speed this up. Let's get past this. And let's, demolition. There we are. I think we got another tree nub there to get. Alright, that looks good. So that one's almost done, and I imagine after this, did I bump them both up? Yeah, so after this one gets done, they'll both get done. So let's fast forward through all this. Alright, he's done. And we're just waiting for him. Hopefully we do a forester here real soon. I think we need science for that. So there's a lot of depth to this game. Yeah, alright, hold on. Alright. So now he's built. What we gotta do next? Build inventors. Yeah. So you need the inventor is how you get science. And then you use science to unlock the higher level stuff on the game. Cool, the raffle system's working. So we're going to a science hub. We'll put him here. Science inventor. Turn that around. And we're going to bump him up in priority. And then once we get enough science, then we'll be able to unlock the forester. But he needs planks, so we got to do the lumber mill first. And that requires power of some sort. There's 2 ways to get power: is water wheel, or a, as RCE describes it, the shaming wheel. So we can get a power wheel or we can get a water wheel. Water wheel is better because the problem with the power wheel is it works all the time, but it requires a beaver to harvest it. Hey, Super Chair, appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. The resub. Thank you, thank you. Hope you're doing well this Saturday morning. Demolish. Let's demolish this. There we go. So I usually probably going to have the power wheel here and the lumber mill there. Not the power wheel, but the water wheel. Which way is the water flowing? Marcus and Pagan. So I think we're just going to mark all this so I can get the stuff going. So what's going to happen here is we're going to put a water wheel here, and we're going to, let's just pause it so we can outline this out. So I'm just going to go ahead and demolish all this. But this stuff is more important because this guy, we're going to put him there. So that means I need to get rid of just this one more important. So we're going to bump his priority. We're going to make that the highest priority. And then we can build a lumber mill though. The reason we're building a lumber mill, I hate building a lumber mill on the green resources because it's a kind of a waste, but early on we want to have power. So we're going to build a water wheel here, and then that'll be connected to the building. And then we could build some more eventually and get a lot of power going. But for now, we're going to do it here. Everything's super high priority right now. I don't know if everything's super high priority. I've only been doing regular priority. So this guy is just high priority. This one thing. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. So let's, well, first of all, let me give code at DJ Unreal. No, I mean, I get it, but I mean, that was a mistake because I had them all highlighted when I changed the priority. So they are. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, no, never mind. You can have the code anyway. Usually when people help me out, I like to give codes for them, but they aren't. Yeah, I know what you're saying because that's what RCE ends up doing. I intentionally did want some different priorities there. And I thought I made a mistake. I thought you pointed it out. But I was right. So like this one's low priority, right? A regular priority. Yeah. But this one is more important, and because this is the part, this is important too for the forester. Those are bumped up a little bit higher. All right. So what was I doing? I was building a water wheel here. Power. So where are we gonna put them? We're gonna put them right here. Yeah. And it's too far from district. Okay, so people can't walk to it. They won't be able to get to it to build it. See the district there? So I believe if we go through and do this, expand that out a little bit. Now it's in reach. There we go. Now the beavers will walk on roads, but roads is how the paving will extend the reach of the district. All right, so and then we want this is normal because we know we need a lumberjack eventually, so we're just getting our way towards that. Right now, this is the most important because we're not gonna be able to unlock the forester without science anyway, because the forester is gonna cost, what is he? He's gonna cost 30 science. So let's get past the day, and then once this one's demolished, then we're going to plant the lumberjack there too. This looks neat. Can you terraform in this? Yes, you can. So eventually you get dynamite, so that's how you blow things away. And then you also get the ability to build stuff that will you can build regular stuff, or you can build dirt and stuff like that. So you could if I wanted to, I could completely flatten this land, or I could completely build it up. There is a tremendous amount of depth to this game, right? So these are the different storage types, the different housings, the different water equipment, the different food equipment, the different wood equipment, the metal, power equipment, science, well-being, decoration, monuments. So there's things like, where is, you can even mine in this game, but it's been a while. And you can even have bots eventually, but where's this landscape? And here we go. Yeah, so terrain block, dirt excavator, tunnels, dynamites for blowing up the land. Absolutely. But yeah, as I'm saying, Timberborn, it's do they have a referral program in Timberborn? I need to get a referral link for this. It is a absolutely one of the best early access games you can play right now, I think. If you're into this kind of stuff. If you're not into it, you're not. If you're into any kind of city builder, this is one of the best city builders. It's just in my opinion, but it absolutely is. There's a lot of depth to it, a lot of creativity to it, and there's risk and stuff like that. You can lose everybody. All right, so we got our adventure built. Now we need to build housing. So the way that we're going to grow our population is housing. And I'm going to set all the housing back here where we're not taking, getting rid of, so now that we got this, I'm going to get rid of that. So we're going to destroy him. Because I want a walkway through. Yeah. The thing is definitely... What ends up happening is there's a couple of modes in this game. Early on, it's about surviving. And then later on... Where do I don't know where I want this road. Let me see where the buildings end up. Yep, see you later, Data. Early on, it's about surviving, and then later on, it becomes about creativity, because the game then becomes you got everything automated. You have all the food you need. You have all the water you need. You have all the stuff you need. So then you're getting creative. Oh, what can I make this area look like? What can I make this area look like? All right, so we need to build some housing. How many do they want us to build? 6. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think. Actually, let's do it like that. There we go. And then let's do sidewalks this way, and we'll bring it like that. There we go. There we go. I wanted it connectivity to get into the housing from both of these sides. So this will be, right now we have 12 beavers. 3 will live in each one of these. So 18 beavers. One of the things you gotta be conscious with is having too many beavers before you can support them. Can you build nuclear reactors in atomic symbol? This is science. So it's not really nuclear, it's science. But I know how that can be confusing. As far as I know, there's no... If there was nuclear reactors, they would be here. But no, from a power standpoint, we either have water wheels, or a beaver runs in a wheel and spins it. Then we have connecting shafts, and then we have windmills, and then they have these gravity batteries you'll see later on. But now this is science, and science is how you unlock things. Like, so this food thing here costs 750 science to unlock. Right now we have 10 science. Right now we have 10 science. Windmills are where it's at for folktales. Yeah, I like windmills quite a bit. I like the windmills and the gravity power when I can eventually. Yeah, the grab batteries. So this guy here, Watu, is working on the inventor, and he's generating 1 science every hour, and I have 10. And to unlock Forester is going to be the next big thing to unlock. Forester's real key. If you take all your wood before you get a Forester, that's another place where you can run into problems. But we're going to need 30 science. So once I get 30 science, we'll evaluate where we're at. And that's why I didn't mark these trees for cut down, because I need trees to regrow if I don't have my Forester just yet. Okay, so that's gone. So let's get our lumber mill. Oh, I do want to make these higher priority than... I think you can select. So we have this tool too, and we can select multiple things to set their priorities. Since this is next on the tutorial, I wanted higher priority than this. And then we want to build. We're gonna need eventually. We're gonna need a lumber mill, and a lumber mill requires power. But we'll wait till this is built. Because what I don't want to do is get the lumber mill built before him. What did I make? Let's do this. Let's make the priority of these. Here. Let's make the priorities. This. There we go. And then let's make the priority of this. That. And then the lumber mill. That. There we go. Just so you know, you don't have to do things in exact order. The tutorial. Yeah, I know. The only reason I'm doing the tutorial is it's just been a couple of years. It's just been a couple of years, so I'm just kind of going through the tutorial level. And so I'm just using the tutorial to kind of get back into the flow of things. And it's also why I'm just doing normal mode. After we kind of do this one, yeah, I mean, I played Timberborn quite a bit a couple years ago, but it's been a couple years since I played. So I just want to get back into it, ease into it. Well, I've been playing a lot of other games too. And I've been wanting to, and then from a streaming standpoint, I've been wanting to find a place to put these kind of games. And I'm thinking Saturday, Sunday mornings for me will work pretty well. Yeah, I know, there's quite a bit. Now, I popped it on and looked at things, but I didn't really play it. I just kind of like checked it out. And I watched RCE, right? So I've seen the new things like the zip lines and stuff like that. All right, so yeah, strat survival Saturday. For me, DJ, it's just more of I just want something to relax in the mornings. I'm having my coffee. I just want to relax. Timberborn, I know how to play. It's fun. It's relaxing. I mean, you can get stressful situations, but there's always a pause button, right? So if I ever need time to slow down and think about what I'm doing, I have a pause button. And some of the other games, they don't quite have that concept. And so this is a good thing about Timberborn is if I just need to pause for a minute to reevaluate what I'm doing, most games I can probably do pretty good in. If I have a chance to like digest information and reevaluate, I'm a lot better off. Sometimes I don't do well in the heat of the moment. Yeah, I teach you what not to do, yeah. So what are the priorities of these? Why are you working on these? Like, this is higher priority than that. I guess they're waiting for logs. I guess we're waiting for... so is this guy chomping? Let's get rid of him. Let's destroy this. And let's build another one over here. So we get some more wood chopping. Wood. Let's get another flag going here. And in fact, let's just get... And we can always pause these. There we go. And let's get a road going. Path. There we go. Jurassic World Evolution 2 is 25% discounted on Steam. Tempted to get it. I didn't play Jurassic World Evolution 1. What kind of game is it? And is it Ubisoft? Because a lot of the Ubisoft games, they play very similar. Alright, so are we not getting anything going on here? I guess we're bottlenecked. See, we're bottlenecked on the logs right now. Yeah, it's great, but what it's a park building. Oh, is it really? Oh, okay. Well, I can get behind that. I can get behind that. If it's a dinosaur park game, yeah. I can get behind that. Hold on a minute here. I can get behind a game like that. Ah. I wanted to mark this on my list. Store. Jurassic. There's a whole 3. $2.99. 95% off. Oh, we might be grabbing this right now. Oh, wait. So, what's the difference in the evolution? What do you get with the deluxe edition and premium? I don't want to spend $46. I might not play it a ton. But you know what? I'll get this, and then if I end up liking it, maybe I'll get the add-on. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. Oh wow, I got items in my cart. All right. Let me finish purchasing this. What's in my cart? Oh, there's a bunch of other Steam games for sale too. So I want to go ahead and buy. So I got a Steam sale. So what I put in my shopping cart here. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. Yeah. Is I'm gonna grab this $2.99, Game Dev Tycoon $3.49, Trading Card Simulator, RCA. I saw RCA play this. This is how I tagged it, and then the Lawn Mowing Simulator. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab these four for now. Let's see here. Continue to payment and continue, and agree to terms and conditions. Yeah, we'll check it out. I mean, $2.99. I mean, I'll check a game out for $2.99. There we go. Cool. Who mentioned that? Who mentioned Jurassic World? All right. So, give code at SAF. There we go. Super chair. Oh, you did the subscribe, but you hadn't said anything yet. TCG, I'm out of culture, I see. Yeah. Now that I got my individual code system all set up, Safest, I can give codes away a lot quicker and easier. Yeah, you did the resub, and then like 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, then you typed in your first message for the day. All right, so how are we doing? Oh yeah, I mean, pretty much anything, especially if I've never played something tier. I like streaming the first playthrough, right? Because I love to show a new player experience. Like, I don't like reading about the game. I don't like watching a much about it. I mean, I might do some, but I just don't want to like know how everything works. And I like discovering new games with the viewers at the same time. Hey, Strides, welcome in, welcome in. It is one of my favorite things to do is to stream first time playthroughs. I do enjoy that quite a bit. I'm gonna give us a save just in case we do. We go to hell in a handbasket here eventually. So where are we at? We're still waiting for our lodges to be built. Gotta say, love your code system. Yeah, I just got finished building that too. Yeah, it wasn't a huge amount, but yeah, it took. The hardest part was on the YouTube side. It used to, you probably saw that warning system. So I got approved on the YouTube side like a couple of days ago. There was a huge verification process. So if you request someone's YouTube data, they consider that sensitive information, and so you got to go through a verification system. So I had to do a demo of my code. I had to do a demo, or record a demo of how it's used on the site and everything. Then I had to make sure my privacy and terms of conditions were updated and correct and stuff like that. So there was a whole review system to get the YouTube stuff approved, and that got approved a couple of days ago. That took more work than the actual coding. And the cool thing is my whole website, oldmanobserver.com, and even the backend coding, I'm using the free edition of Cloudflare. So right now, everything on oldmanobserver.com is hosted 100% free. Now, if I blow up and I got thousands of users, then Cloudflare is going to say, hey, you're doing a lot of traffic. You need to now start paying for it. But by that time, it'll pay for itself. So one of the things I had as a goal when setting up a lot of my streaming stuff is to minimize the cost, because I do these giveaways. So what the stream brings in, I want to give it back to the community. And that's how I fund the giveaways and stuff. And if I'm paying towards website hosting and whatever, then that takes away from the giveaways, right? Hey, Yuri, welcome in, welcome in. So I think I'm going to probably eventually do a video showing how I manage the site, because I think people get away from keeping things simple and want to go with big and expensive and over-engineered, heavy code and whatnot. My site is extremely lightweight in terms of the amount of code that's there and what it needs to do to accomplish its jobs. And it's free. Can't beat free. And it's super high quality. Cloudflare has a CDN. It's super reliable. It's a major brand. So I'm really, really proud of the website setup right now. All right, so we're waiting for 4 more lodges. Yeah, free is my favorite price too. Yeah, and I didn't want to, for the website streaming, I just didn't want the cost to go crazy. Right, so pretty much the only cost that I had was the setup of the domain, oldmanobserver.com, and then I went and I purchased the 10-year version of that. So our beavers are going up. So one of the things is when your beavers' well-beings go up, they perform better, and there's lots of ways you can get their well-being up. One of them is have some place to live, because we'll see they're like, if they're unhealthy or having issues, their performance will go down. If their well-being is up and higher, then it'll go up. Here's my well-being. So right now, they're not hungry. They're not thirsty. They're sleeping. Shelter, when they're all done, everybody will have shelter. They like getting in the water, so there's some water stuff we can do. They like different types of foods. There's some social life stuff that you can put in the map that increases their social life. And then as they have a better well-being, everything works faster and better and whatnot. Not sure if you saw my question earlier, but did you mark all the trees on the right for cutting, or are they slow? Nah, it was slow. That's why I added the more things. So these aren't marked for cutting, because until I have a forester, I didn't want to mark all the trees down. So you can see, so we still had trees here. It was just there was only one beaver working. So now I got 3 of them over here, and so now they're cutting these down faster. Once I get the forester, then I'll start to cut some of these down. But they definitely had some trees I can still cut. Because I'm always nervous until I get my forester built. I'm always kind of nervous. I want to make sure, because at least as long as I have some trees, they'll start to sprout out and grow and whatnot. Yeah. Once to me, there's different milestones in the game. One is the forester, because you can screw yourself royally if you don't have a forester yet at a certain point in the game. And then the other milestone is routing the bad tide, right? That's another one too. One of my biggest mistakes is that I tend to overboard and plan on my buildings, meaning I run out of logs before I built everything. Yeah, and I was almost tempted to pause some of these because I really don't need. In fact, I think I'm going to pause a couple. I'm gonna pause the building because I really only need 12. I only need to 12. So I'm gonna pause these, and then I'm gonna get this built. I want to get my forester built, and then we'll come back and visit those. Because again, like you're saying, this is going to take logs. And here's the other issue. Then there's going to be more mouths to feed. So I'm going to pause these, wait until I have my forester built, and then we'll get those built. And then the other big milestone is routing the bad tide water when it comes through. Where are the sources? This must be one up here. There's a source. Alright, so let's get back. Alright, so we're moving. So we're pausing this construction. Pausing that construction. We'll wait, because this will give buildings, this will give lodges for all our beavers. So we're good for that. So everybody has lodging at this point. Yeah, so you can see they have lodging. See how it says there's a building there? That means they have lodging. And the UI in this game is really, really good. They do a great job of providing lots of information in very good locations. So we are, to a certain degree, going to pause the tutorial only because I do want to prioritize the forester over these two lodges. The only thing I really wish they do, which there are mods for, is update the base cursor. The base cursor? I don't know what you mean. Cursor like mouse cursor? Oh. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I think, yeah, I kind of see what you're saying. I've never noticed that. But I see what you're saying now. Alright, so where are we at? So we're gonna we need to get this. We need to get this. We can now unlock a forester. So we can at least place where we want him. I think we'll just put him here. If you click on a crop for, yeah, I know what you're saying now. Let's plan where we're gonna build. So we can go ahead and unlock him. So I think we'll just put him here, because that can reach pretty much all of over there, and that'll give us plenty of wood. So we'll go ahead and we'll unlock them here. There. Alright. And I think, how are we doing in terms of jobs? So see how we only have 2 builders? I'm going to pause the inventor hut. We're going to want some more science later on. The next big thing are stairs. What do we need for stairs, actually? Because stairs, once we can do stairs, then we can get to lots of areas of the game. It would be nice for them to build that soon. What do we need for stairs? Where are stairs? Here we go. So that's 70 science. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pause him. We do want to get to that, but I really want to get to the forester first. So the more people that are building and doing stuff, the better off we are, and then we'll re-enable him. Stairs are super important, as you say. Yeah. Yeah, let's get the forester going first, though, and then we'll turn the inventor hut back on. So early on, there's definitely a lot of micromanagement. One of the other goals for me when I play this game is to get to the automation part of it, where you're not micromanaging so much, you have everything automated. So you can automate quite a bit in this game. Alright, how are we doing in water? We got lots of water. We got one guy pumping. Those are full, that one's full. So the big things we're going to be waiting for is the planks. The question if we're going to have enough logs. Oh, we got a tree here. Can any of my guys get to that anymore? No, they can't. We'll save this. We'll save these trees in case we need to harvest them. We'll save those in case we need to harvest them. Let's get past the nighttime. There we go. So everybody's got housing, so our happiness level went up to 5. Alright, we're going to slow this down. Yeah, we still got trees growing, so that's good. That's good. What is everybody doing job-wise? So, why are you unemployed? Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and re-enable him then. I thought the reason why I didn't do that, and let's get another builder going so everybody has a job. So this is whether they have a housing, this is what job they're doing, and this is the happiness level. When they're happy, they get movement speeds and whatnot, and building speeds. These are the people that do construction, so we got 3 people that are doing construction. And then there should be 3 farmers. Alright, alright. Starting to get some logs into here. Alright, I think we're going to be... Alright, he's not full. So I guess he doesn't really... Why do you not, let's pause him for a minute so he can do another job. So what is he doing? Anything? Yeah, so he doesn't have a job. So let's get 4 builders going. There we go. So that should cause them to take this stuff, and then we can turn him back on eventually later on. We're definitely going to want to destroy this because this will give us more water throughout here. What do I need to destroy this? Demolish. Just gotta click demolish. Let's go ahead and demolish him then. This will give us more water. And then I need to think about routing the bad tide. So where... I guess I can build a thing here for now. Is this a water source? That is a water source. So how am I going to route this? I think you might need dynamite to demolish. No, you don't. It'll just... These things, you just got to be able to get to them. See how he's getting rid of it? There we go. So now we'll get water into here. We'll get more green land. So I'm starting to think about when eventually there's 3 seasons. There's the rainy season, which we're in right now. So water's flowing great. There's the dry season. So then the water dries up. Ooh, hold on. Ooh. So we got our lumberjack. But I forgot to build a path to here. Entrance is right there. There we go. Let's bump him up in terms of priority. I want to bump him up too. There we go. That way we always have one. So now that our beavers are pretty much doing everything, I'm going to make sure that certain buildings have workers. So he's got a worker. He's got a worker. He probably doesn't, and that's fine. So now we need planks. Logs and planks to build the forester. Once he's built this big. So one of the things I got to prepare for is this water is eventually going to be the bad tide water. The bad tide water basically is corrosive. It can make your beavers sick. They can die. It'll make the land by it terrible. And so what'll happen is we need 2 things. We need something to handle for the dry season, which means we probably want to build some dams here. So that the water, and then, what's it called? Yeah, levees. We got levees, floodgates, and dams. Dams are nice in that they kind of stop the water, but they still flow through. But during bad time, I need to be able to get the water going, and I don't know how I'm going to handle the bad tides. What I need is both of these waters need to go somewhere else. So what we could do is we can build dams here, or floodgates here, open this up, and then dynamite that out. But that sounds like a lot of work. Like, I don't know when the end state, by the time I have a bad tide season, if I'll be able to do that by then. All right, this is supposed to be an easy map, and I'm not convinced the bad tide's easy to handle. Because if I just build a floodgate here, it's just going to flood out in all these other areas, and then it'll flood. Like, we got to be careful. We don't want to flood our area. So I need to route it somehow. What's it look like on the source? Yeah, this is very high up. Ooh. What's this goes? So if I were to demolish this... So if I were to build a floodgate here and demolish that, it'll flow to here. It'll flow to here, and then out to there. Yeah, there we go. So what I want to do is I want to floodgates here and demolish that. So the water, when it's bad tide, will build up, and then it'll flow down to here. It'll go into here. It'll go through there. Fill this all up eventually, and then route out to there. So that's how we handle that one. How do we handle this one? How do we handle this other one here? So is this a source? I can't, it's gotta be because the water's flowing down. What can we do here? Yeah, similar here. Yes. So if I... Okay, so that's how we handle that one. So this one, we want to do something similar. We want to open this up and get some floodgates here going. This kind of made me want to play Minecraft. Yeah. I enjoy Minecraft quite a bit. But one of the things too, that one of the aspects I play into to me is how well it streams. And I think, you know, for me, oh, who's in here? Texas Horny Toad, welcome in. No sevens. So for me, there are, let's see here. Let's green. Green. All right. And fill. Hold on. Solid fill. Yeah. There are games I like. There are games I don't like. Right. There are games that stream well. Oops. Damn it. So these are mutually exclusive. There are, let's do a lighter green here. There are games that stream well. And then there are games that don't stream well. All right. Games I like. Games I don't like. Games that stream well. And games that... Ooh, you can't see this text at all. Games that... Games... Games... Why is the text not right there? Games that don't stream well. And by stream well, I mean for me. Minecraft is a large market with tons of people that stream Minecraft. And I would just be lost in a sea of streamers and people that know Minecraft better than me and everything. But the intent of the Saturday morning stuff was to relax and not care too much about that. So I mean, you might see me venturing into this territory of games a little bit more. You might see me venture a little bit into here. But I try to play games that I like and I think might stream well. And Minecraft to me is more, and it's a game I like, but I just don't know how well I would do in that genre. But maybe, who knows? All right, so how are we doing? So we got plenty of water. We don't have any wood. We got plenty of food. Is this full? All right, I'm texting my son. All right, so what are we doing here? So hopefully we're getting... I prioritize that so the logs aren't going to there. Why are they not going to there? Oh, let's put a little thing for logs. We need to get some planks going too. Plank storage. Storage. Let's do the large pile. I hate putting it on the green, but let's put it here. Let's do it right there, like, yeah, we'll put it here. Then planks. There we go. Hey, Splits, welcome in, welcome in. Man, let's bump that up in terms of priorities. Let's bump him up super high. Only need 6 logs. Okay. Do we have a forester yet? So we're still waiting for planks. Why are we not getting planks? Why are we not getting him logs? No, we're gonna pause that. Why are we not getting logs? So what are we doing in terms of cut trees? Yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're going to go ahead and mark these, and that should get us the logs we need. There we go. And then he's higher priority, so he should get the logs. Where are you going with the log? There you go, yeah, okay. Alright, I want to make sure he's going in the right spot there. So yeah, now he should be taking those logs. I could plant a tree, a lumberjack over here temporarily and get those, but we'll wait a minute on that. In fact, we might go ahead and just do that. Wood, we're just going to plant a temporary lumberjack. We're going to super high prioritize that. We're going to make this high priority. So the logs will be real close here, and then they'll go right into there. Hey, Fiber, welcome in, welcome in. 07s. We're doing great. We're just having a relaxing Saturday morning stream. We'll be doing some Star Citizen later. But been trying to find some relaxing games I can play on Saturday morning. I think Timberborn will be one of them. And I have the raffles set up to automatically do. You overslept. Oh, you did. You've been missing the raffles. Welcome in, Dory. So the raffle system, in addition to me manually kicking off a raffle, it'll now automatically start a raffle randomly between every 10 and 30 minutes. That way, if I'm getting too involved into a game, it'll still do some raffles. Yeah, actually, we're doing. What I'm saying is in addition. So I'm going to manually start one right now. But if I get too involved into a game and forget to kind of do some raffles, it'll automatically do a raffle every 10 to 30 minutes. So the raffles is for the Gleam IO codes. So I have all that automated now. So if you win a raffle, you get a Gleam IO code to go into the entry, and you just go to my website to claim the code. So before, I would manually whisper everybody the codes. We would do marbles, and then I would have to manually find everybody, type in whisper. It wouldn't work for YouTube because you can't whisper in YouTube. So I've been working really hard. It's one reason why I didn't stream a whole lot the previous week, because I was coding a bunch. So now on my website, you can log in with Twitch or YouTube. And if you log in with Twitch, you'll see what codes you've won on Twitch. If you log in with YouTube, you'll see what codes you've won on YouTube side. And you Testing 1, 2, 3. The audio on my headset went crazy. No, I was purposely muted. Yeah, no. So no, for me, I don't think you all heard it, but the audio went really, really goofy. So I turned my headset off and back on. See, like Zarlon won there. I'm doing great, Jay. JYO. I don't know how you say that. I might just say J, unless you want me to say something else. There was a plop. Yeah, well, that was me turning the audio headset off. Previously, it was a zzz, and I don't think you all heard that. All right, so do we have our forester yet? All right, he's got 3 planks. We need 4 more planks. All right, so yeah, those trees got cut down. And let's mark these for demolishing. Because I really don't want this to be a tree area. Shit. There we go. Really don't want this to be a tree area. Yeah, it's really nice. It works out good. Because the cool thing for me, Fiber, is to do the marbles. Not only would it only work for Twitch, and it was a lot of work on my end, and it excluded the YouTube folks, is it was a big pause in whatever it was I was doing. So like, right, that one kicked off automatically. I didn't type it. So that raffle kicked off. That's something I need to do, though. I need to make sure the automated raffles don't kick off when I have a raffle going. I don't know what will happen with that. So yeah, I got to make sure that if there's a raffle ongoing, the automated raffles don't kick off. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so now I can give away codes easily without interrupting the flow of the game. Like if I'm in a Star Citizen and I just want to kick off a raffle, I can do it super easy now. Okay, so we are getting to a huge point here. So getting the Forester is huge. Once we do the Forester, then things become... It's a huge milestone. Alright, so that's what I want to work towards. I want to get up into here. Alright, so let's build... Let's pause for just a minute. So I want to get a dam going, a short distance, but reachable. Let's do, I would love to do a cross from here. So let's see here. So where's dam is under? Oh, they're under landscaping. so look, we got some Twitch ads. I might take another break. So I think we're going to... I don't know if I need them at this angle, or if I can just do that. I think to have the walking, though, the walking pass, I need to do that. And then, so that should be built. Now, I don't have a walkway close enough to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to leverage that some of the trees are missing now. We're going to build a little walkway through here. So we're going to get it from here. We'll come down like that. Well, let's go here. Nope. Yeah, we're just gonna have to demolish some trees here. Let's just keep this simple. Alright, so let's just mark this for demolishing. So let's mark this. Bang. Let's bring him down like that. So we want to mark... there we go. We want to demolish that. We want to demolish that. And we want to super high prioritize this. Because I want to get these out of the way so I can build my walkway. No city runs of this map. I haven't seen any. I'm an idiot. PC and muted. Oh. That's alright, Pagan. No city ruins on this map. No, there's I don't know for city ruins, but there's plenty of metal ruins. I don't know if I'd call those city ruins. But yeah, no, there's plenty on this map. There's tons. There's tons. Alright, so what was I doing? Oh yeah. So yes. And let me get my bit of walkway here, here, here. There we go. So I'm not bumping the priority of these, so they'll build these as they need it. We'll get this guy done. And then I think I'll lower the priority planks, or we'll keep them up. So planks are going to need for stairs too. So stairs is the next thing we're going to really, really want. I think that is what they're supposed to be. They call them city ruins? Okay. What does it say? Yeah. Scattered throughout the land, decrepit human ruins provided beaver. So I guess the beavers timelines is like Planet of the Apes. So this was a human world, and the humans are gone now, and the beavers have taken over. Let's make this a carrot spot too. So crops. There we go. Let's get rid of this. Here, demolish. We'll make that a crop area. Crops. Go. There we go. Okay, so we got a water wheel going. We're going to have our dam for the dry season. And I think I'm going to high prioritize this over the lodging. And then the next big thing we got to take care of is preparing for the bad tide season. And that's going to be a little bit more work. So I'm going to have to get up into here. I got to get up into here to get some floodgates here. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of those and do a flood graded cross. And then so yeah, I wanna, while I'm doing it, I wanna fix some code here real quick. So what I can do, just to show you, so what I want to do is if I have a raffle running, I don't want the automated raffle to kick off. Right, so what we're gonna do is this. Let's open this up. So when I start a raffle, I just want to fix this because I don't know what's going to happen if an automated raffle kicks off when I do a raffle. So we're, in addition to enabling timers, we want to stop. Let's do this right off the bat. All right, ongoing timer, automated raffle name, automated. So we're gonna do a little bit of coding here real quick. The only thing I think would be to reset the raffle, extend it. Well, no, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pause it. If I start a raffle, I'm just gonna pause the timer of the automated one, so it'd be a quick fix. Automated raffle timer name. And what is the name of it? What did I give it? So we're going to fix it real quick. Settings, timed actions, automated raffles. That's what we called it. Copy. All right. And so that's the name of it. And I think it's disabled timer. Let me see what the command is. Timer. Yeah, disabled timer. That's the command. So when we start one, we're going to disable that timer. So when my start code executes, it should disable the ongoing one. And then, oops, I'll save. And then we want to do the opposite of when it's over, then we want to turn it back on. So on the end, we'll want to do this right at the end. And then we want to enable timer. Let me make sure I don't mess it up. We'll just take the command here and in and bang. Okay. So that should work. All right, so we're going to save all. And then I got to put it in. So we got to put then the start code in. Control A, Control C. And actions, raffles. Control A, Control V, compile. Hold on. What did I do wrong? Oh. Bang. Oops. Control C, Control V, and that should be the same thing here. Control V. There we go. Okay, much better. Control A, Control C, Control A, Control V, compile, looks good, save and compile. And then for the end, Control A, Control C, and raffle end, execute code, Control A, Control V, compile. Okay, so the way this should work now, let's get this checked back into GitHub. Pause, automated raffle, when manual raffle started. So we'll test this real quick. Okay, we'll test this. So what should happen is this is the timer for the automated raffles. Hey, Commander MG. So when I start a raffle, that should get disabled. Doing well, Commander. How are you? All right. There, see. So I started a manual raffle. It disabled the automated raffles. And when that wraps up, this should re-enable. So we'll just check that. Ooh, I didn't save that, so it didn't get into GitHub. Rest of that code. Okay. That worked well. 6, welcome in, welcome in. Let's save the game. We're at a pretty good point. Let's save. All right, there we go. All right, those got demolished. Now we can finish our paving. There we go. And our paths. There we go. There we go. So now they'll be able to build these. They can't build this one until they build those, and so forth and so on. When it re-enables the timer for the automated, you know, I don't know, Paggle. But it's okay if it does, because if I do a manual raffle, then the whole idea of the automated raffles is if I get involved into a game so much that I don't kick off some raffles. So if I manually kick one off and it resets the timer, it's okay. I'm going to assume it restarts over. Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm going to assume it restarts over. Because I thought about that in the back of my mind when I was coding there. I actually literally thought of that. But then I was like, I'd have to find what the time is. I don't know if you can set a timer in StreamerBot and say, okay, but start 5 minutes in or something like that. I'd have to come up with my own timer, and I don't want to do that. So I'm assuming it resets. And it's okay if it does. We have lots of codes. We got the stream code, we got the bonus codes, we got individual codes, we got VOD codes. Okay, let's go ahead and enable. Let's low prioritize that. The building of it. Or am I getting planks stored up into here? Alright, we don't need him no more. Let's pause him. And let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of him. Let's just... No, we'll leave it until I have everything. So I have a forester now? I have a forester. Okay, so let's... what we're going to do is we're going to plant the big boy trees. They take longer to grow. Let's pause this. They take longer to grow, but over a longer period of time, you get more logs out of it. So we have different types of trees we can plant. Where are the trees? Yeah. So like birch. Let's see here. Birch does every 7 days give you 1 log. Pine, but they also we'll plant some pines and whatnot for other reasons. But every 12 days you get 2 logs. Chestnut trees every 23 days you get 4 logs. Maples every 28 days you get 6 logs. And oak every 30 days you get 8 logs. So like in 15 days I would have 4 logs, right? Whereas the chestnut tree is 23 days. And so if you look at the math, over time, it takes longer to get logs from oaks, but as long as you have a large enough amount of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to plant these heavily. I need to demolish all this. I want to get rid of all these. So we're going to do what we did over here. We're going to slowly transform this because I don't want to waste these logs. So we're going to slowly transform this. What we do is we might do some pines here or something. We might do some woods here, but we're going to make most of this oaks. So what happens if let me see what happens here. So if I do that, what happens? Yeah, marks those. Since these are small trees, we're going to demolish that one, that one. You know what? We're just going to demolish all these. Yeah, we'll do from here over oaks. Yeah. So that has these. Oh, there we go. So we'll do all oaks right here. And then we'll do the pines here for now. And then we'll eventually transfer that over. So now we want to mark these for oaks. And then we're going to slowly convert all this. I'm going to do all this. And then we're going to mark as those get done, and then we're going to mark all this area as pines for now. Actually, we're going to want, okay, so birch, I don't care about. Pines, I want all right here for now. And then, because we're going to want these trees eventually for the different resources. And then we're going to mark all these like that for now. And then we're going to mark everything for cutting for now. Now, eventually we're going to want to harvest some of the resources off some of these trees. Okay, so that should get the planting going. I think it's okay. We got a few birches intermixed. These are birches, right? No, that's pine. I'm just going to get rid of those now. Demolish. We're going to get rid of that, that. We're going to destroy that. We don't need him no more. And, yep. So this is next, and then the next big thing is to get unlocked. We want to unlock stairs. We want to unlock stairs, and then we want to unlock the floodgates. Right here. So that's 150 science. For the one level. So if I do, levees here, then I could do a one level floodgate that matches that, then we can destroy that. Hey Cyclops, welcome in, welcome in. Doing well, Cyclops. We're just having a relaxing Saturday morning, just playing a little Timberborn. We'll be doing some Star Citizen later, not on this stream. I'm gonna stop, do some work outside, get something to eat, things like that, and then later on we'll do some Star Citizen later on. But that'll be a separate stream. Alright, let's get past our nighttime because we're not doing anything. I guess now, how are we doing in food? We have food, we have water. I guess we go ahead and get these built. Let's go ahead and build those. And we're gonna want another pump. Water. We're definitely gonna want another water guy pumping. Let's get all of our first decorations going. This adds well-being. Hammock. We'll save this for something. I don't know what I'm going to do here. But obviously I wasted that space a little bit. But I may revisit this as we get our maps going. So let's build a path so we can get to there. We might do some decorations there eventually. But they cost science to unlock them. And I don't want to waste that just yet. Where are we at? 53. What does it require to unlock stairs? 70. And then we need to unlock levees. We need to unlock stairs and levees. Levees and floodgate. Those are the three big things we want to do. And then I want a larger water thing here so we can have plenty of water. So at this point, we can start growing our population. But we want to be careful that we can sustain the population with the food and water that we need. So that's the balance of the early game, is making sure you have plenty of food for the people. And the key is during the droughts, we got to have enough food in case you don't have the water and everything to sustain them. So, and even not during the droughts, you just got to make sure you have enough food. So we're going to do another storage here. We're going to do a larger warehouse. No, not. Ooh, that costs science. Alright, so we're going to have to wait for that. So we're going to do another small tank. And we're going to kind of put those throughout. Let's see here. Because we have 2 right by there. Let's just do, because everybody's coming around here. We'll do 1 there. We'll do 1 there. Alright, so that'll give us 5. We'll get another water guy going. We'll get these going. And then we can get stairs. That'll allow us to then start making up. So we can go up to here. So let's go ahead and get this going. Got to go. Yeah, I'll be honest. We'll be doing some Star Citizen later, Fiber. It's 890 jump weekend. We're giving 890 jump away tomorrow, so we'll definitely be some Star Citizen stuff today and tomorrow. But I'll definitely be on later. Almost for sure. Things can always happen, but that's the plan. Alright, so let's think about this, planning for a minute. So I want to start planning my walkways to here. How am I going to get to here? So let's plan this. Yep, see you later, Fiber. Alright, so I guess we can just keep it simple. Are there any others? I like to take advantage of the natural walkways if they exist. And I don't see any more. Don't see any more. So we want to get to here. I need to get to here. That's why I'm trying to figure out the best way I want to get to there. Okay, so I'm thinking, let's go ahead and mark this. Let's go ahead and do that. And let's mark these for demolition. I guess I could route around it, but then it'll make it shorter. What made you decide on giving it 890 way? I like the luxury vehicles. Early on in Star Citizen, I thought I was gonna be an Origin guy through and through. The problem with the Origin ships is they need a pass. The 600i needs a pass, a go pass. The 890 jump needs a go pass. And I wanted that to be my theme. Was I like to do the luxury vehicles, but the problem is with the luxury vehicles, they're not where they need to be gameplay wise. All right, so I could route around them, but I'm not going to because I want to minimize the distance we got to travel here. So we're going to mark these for demolition. This is later on planning anyway. There we go. Mark that, mark that, mark that, and that. There we go. That should cover those. And then, and we may even build a separate district. I don't know if I'm going to, because the problem is, the farther they walk, they're not going to eat and drink and stuff. It becomes a nightmare to manage it. So we're gonna have to get all the way up. Yeah, without dynamite, we gotta go all the way up. All right, well, let's just do it. So this is where our first stairs are going to be. Can I unlock stairs yet? Alright, when we unlock stairs, we'll start it and we'll continue the path on. Alright, let's play. Let's think about, so while that's going, and then we need to, are there any natural stairs over here? Then the next place we got to get to is we got to get to here too to build the other levee. So we got to get to there too. And that, we're going to have to go down into the water. That's okay. I think what we'll do is we'll go to here. Continue the path on to here. There we go. I think that's lined up. Yep. And I need to find a level. Yeah, we're going to just have to do a level there. We might have to create some temporary districts. This is going to be pretty far away. Alright, we'll build some stairs there. We're going to start making our way up. Yeah, we'll build the stairs there. There we go. Okay, so we can mark this as oaks. Ooh, need to mark out from demolish. Oh, I don't need to do that. I can just mark this as oak at this point. Trees, oaks, there. Mark those. There we go. There we go. Boom, bang. There. All oaks. So those will give us big time wood when they start growing, but they just take longer to grow. Okay, we're getting our lodges going. Do we want to bump those up? Oh, they're high priority, so alright, fine. This will grow our colony, so we'll have more population with this, and you just got to make sure you have Hey, John Tom. Welcome in, welcome in. Just got to make sure you have the food and water to be able to sustain the population growth. Welcome in, welcome in. Is this full? No, we're not. I'm tempted to get another one of these though. Going. What I want to get food and water over here so people don't have to go as far. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. So what is the goal of this run? I haven't played Timberborn in a couple of years. So this first season, the goal is to get re-familiared with the game. So I'm running on normal mode, doing an easy map, stuff like that. And then after I've done this and I feel pretty good about it, then we'll do sorry. We'll do a harder mode game. Smaller map or challenging map and stuff like that. For me, I haven't really played much in a couple of years, so I want to get back into it. So it's to get right back into Timberborn. And some of it's kind of coming back, but then there's also some new stuff that I haven't really played much with. Haven't done anything with the zip lines, the tunneling stuff that you can do now, stuff like that. So I don't know what my strategies are around some of the newer features that are in the game too. So it's to get reacquainted with all that stuff and to get reacquainted with the newer stuff, and then we'll tackle a harder map on a future stream. And last time back in my day, we had to have districts to go to a certain distance. And so my concern here with working over here is the distance the beavers got to go. And so I might do a small little temporary area somewhere along here to sustain them. so they don't have to just go as travel as far. What I like to do is feed it with some food and water, and then start a new district. So at least that way they have something to start with. But we'll think about that. My goal is to, when we do get a bad tide, that we can divert the bad tide. So what I want to do here is some levees and floodgates here, destroy that. So in bad tide, I can just route it down to here, which should end up routing it off the map right there. And then the same thing for this side. Is if this turns into bad tide, I want to do something similar. Is floodgates here, levee floodgates here, destroy that. That should route it to here, which will take it to the existing bad tide water I already have over there. And then it'll just route off over there. So kind of long term, just planning for that. We haven't even had our first dry season just yet. Hadn't even gone through all the tutorial steps. So like, what is this guy complaining about? Hold on. Oh, they got hurt. So these beavers are injured. They're not going to operate at efficiency that they need to be. So there is a well-being section here, and campfires, rooftop terrace, and a teeth grind. So we definitely want to build a few of these. Let's do one here. And let's do one here. And let's bump up the priority of these. And you know what? Let's get a campfire going to where would be a good spot for that? Here would be good. It's by all the lodging. Maybe here. There we go. But we're gonna super prioritize those. Okay. And this is almost built. And it's nighttime, I think, so they're not even working. And my idea is to play games like this, John Tom, on Saturdays and Sunday mornings. Just something relaxing. I'm not really pressured. I can pause. I have time to digest and think about what I'm doing. Still doesn't mean I won't mess up, but I don't feel like I'm rushed, right? I can always pause and strategize what I want to do. So yeah, that's what we'll do there. All right, so we got those have been demolished, so we can build our path here. Let's build our path. Yeah. Timberborn's great. Like I said, I haven't played in a couple of years, but I played a lot of it when I first discovered it. It's a lot of fun, man. It's very addicting. Very addicting. What's up with this? Are we full? No, we're not full. I guess he must have been doing that right when it was nighttime, so he just left it there. What are we building here? Plant crops. Trees. I think I ended up doing something else here. I don't remember what it was. How come I can't see the planting here? You know what? Let's just continue to do more oaks. Let's just do it as far as we can go. Oh, we got a drought of poaching. So I think let's pause. I think I need to prioritize this. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this in. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a few things here. Let's make sure we're cutting what we can. So we're cutting everything we can. Let's prioritize these three guys. Let's bump that up. Let's bump that up. Let's bump that up. So we're getting logs. And let's prioritize these. And I don't know if I'm going to get them in, but we'll try. And then let's pause the construction of that. And that's low priority. That is high priority. Damn, that takes logs. Let's pause the building of 1. Yeah. I'm not gonna have the logs to do what I need to do. Hey, Hayden. So we might have to just hope we can survive this with the food and let's do this. Let's prioritize gathering so they can pick this up. So right now they'll prioritize planting over gathering. Right now we want to gather all the food that we can. I do want one of these. We're just gonna have to leave that up. Yeah. Alright, we bumped those jobs up. So let's see how we're doing. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get this built in by then. But we'll try. We'll try. Because it's approaching in 3 days. And we can do 24-hour days. Let's do 20-hour days? Alright. We'll keep it 20-hour days until these are all torn down. And we could... I was saying I could build a wood thing here just so they have less distance they gotta travel for the wood. But then that's gonna take logs. Does it take logs to do that? Hold on. Storage. Yeah, 2. But it may save a lot of travel. It may save a lot of travel time. But he's not going to build it over those. So let's do this. Let's mark these as this priority. That's high priority. What is this? Regular priority. You can set priority planting. I know. And then I already did that over here. What else do I have building? Oh, that's low. I just want to make sure I don't have anything priority-wise skipping. And I want to get this built too, so that's fine. Do I want to build that? Yeah, we do. So that should bump this up. After they drop those logs off, this should be the highest priority at that time. Because I lowered the priority to those just a little bit. And then the logs will go to here and they'll have less time to travel. And I do need to get one of these going. That requires 5 logs. That sucks. Do I have 4 builders going? Yep, I got 4 builders going. I got 3 loggers going. Damn, I wish I built the grinder earlier. I'm thinking I'm not going to be able to get this built by the dry season. And so we're just going to hope we have enough water and food to last it. We should be fine. I definitely would have died on hard mode. So I didn't plan appropriately. Well, I didn't. It just depends. Yeah, I got these guys. I changed my farmhouse to prioritize harvesting so we at least get the food that we need. And we're gonna have 3 barrels. Yeah, we got more people. Yeah, we paused that. What is this? That's all low priority. Alright, there we go. So that should help us in terms of travel distance. It did require logs, but that should help us. I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping it does. Alright, we got just a few trees left. How many are we going to need? These require 20? Oh. Yeah, we're not getting 20. We're not getting this built. We don't have the trees. We do not have the trees. I would have to... Oops. We can try to gather these. Let's see how many people we can get gathering. Bang. Bang, bang. Bang. And bang, bang. And let's mark everything to be cut. And then, what jobs are unnecessary right now? The forester that's already planted. So he's probably not doing anything. Yeah, there's nobody even in here. We're going to pause him for just a minute because the trees aren't going to grow. Let's pause him. We're trying to get some jobs. Let's pause him. So this will pick up jobs. Who else can we pause? What other jobs do we not need? So we want builders going from moving and building. We can probably... I think we're going to be good on food. I really do think we're going to be good on food. I'm wondering... I'm going to... Should I pause this for a minute? He's full, he's full, he's full. Guess we could pause him for a minute. I think the water's going to be close. Alright, let's see where we're at in terms of jobs. I guess after those are built, yeah, we want builders. We need builders. So basically at this point, we want builders and loggers. We might pause the food. So I think we're going to be fine on food. Let me save this. Just in case. All right. Although I probably don't plan on going back to a previous load. All right, so that's good. So I'm gonna actually pause. Oh yeah, there's already no farmers anyway. So we got people lumberjacking. We got lumberjacks, and we have 4 builders. Okay. So this will be close. We got tons of wood we're doing. I don't even know if we're going to take advantage of this because pretty much every piece of wood is going to go right into these things. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So can I save one doing that? Hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whereas if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's 9 either way. I could. Do I have anything I could destroy to get some logs? Could destroy him. And get 5 logs out of it. Could destroy him. Ooh, I could destroy him and I could destroy him. And then we can rebuild them in a minute. Because if I can get this built, it's going to be night and day easier. Of question is the pace of getting the logs now equal to what the builders are working on? They got to go awfully far to get the wood over there. Let's just delete that. Let's delete that. That'll get some wood back. What's this? Log pile. Log pile? Why do I have a log pile there? Let's destroy that. That'll give us back some wood too. I don't even know why I have a log pile there. Okay. Any wood into here? No. No wood put into there yet. Oh! Where are you going with this wood? Oh, they're going this way. Should be interesting. It's gonna be close. Like, even if they're building this last one as it starts to turn dry, it does take time for the water to flow through here. So, for those that don't know Timberborn, the dry season's coming up in a few days here, 2.2 days, and then the water in the whole map's going to dry up. So what you want to do is you want to have levees and floodgates and stuff like that to kind of keep water in the environment to last you through it. Even if I don't build this, what will happen is these will die off, but we have enough. I'm pretty much sure we have enough food and water to get us through it without losing everybody in the whole colony. But if I can get this built, then it just won't even be a problem at all. It will be a zero problem. Yeah, I think some of these, this would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those would have been shorter. I kind of got greedy in that I wanted this distance here to have the most water. So we'll see if that comes back to haunt me, because there's some other spots here where there's less levees, dams. What do they call these? Dams I could have built to block off the water. All right, let's save this and then we'll speed it up. We'll see if we get through it or not. Let's speed it up. We're working 20-hour days. They're thirsty. Are they hungry? No, they're thirsty. All right, they're getting water. Why are you not collecting the wood up top? I don't know. Just didn't have anybody there. I didn't have stairs yet. I don't have stairs yet. These are, they're collecting this right now, but I can't get to these. I need 10 more science to unlock stairs, but right now I don't want to build stairs because that takes wood. We're prioritizing this. Yeah, they're awfully hungry too. And they're all slowing down, so the 20-hour work days may be killing me. I don't think I'm gonna get this built. Let's speed it up. Let's see what we do. Let's see if we do it. There's no, you know, it's fine to ask questions, because I watch other people play too. I'm like, well, why are you not getting this, or why are you not getting that? All right, let's speed it up. Let's see if we can do it. Got a raffle started. All right, we got 4 built. So we got 4 built, and we should be flowing more logs. We got these logs. We got those logs. Pretty much everybody's cranking this out. Do we have 4 builders? Let's prioritize that just to make sure I don't lose those. All right, hold on a minute. I want to pause. All these have been gathered up. So what I want to do is I think I want to pause these for now, because all of the wood has been picked up. And that should put my farmers back in here. Because I do want to gather... Yeah. Yeah, so we got a couple of farmers, so they're going to at least get whatever food we can get. It's going to be super close. We got 4 built, we got 5, we got 1.5 days. Let's do it. We're going to work 24 hours a day. We're slave driving. Here we go. We're going to slave drive them. We're working 24 hours a day to get this built to save the colony. That's all right to push in some 24-hour work days. Yep, yep. Let's pause this one because all this wood has been gathered. All this wood has been gathered. So the only wood left is this. And we want to gather whatever, yeah. All right, 24-hour work days. Let's get it, guys. We're not sleeping. They're going to hate me, but they're going to like me. Because we got to do this. We got to get this built. 1 day left, and we need 4 left. I think we're doing it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. The 24-hour work days is going to get us through. I think we're going to do it. Come on, guys. You can do it. It's for your own benefit. We got to get these built. 0.7 days. All right. 3 left. 3 left, guys. Come on. .4 days left. And they gotta work nighttime. See, they would be stopping working right now. We're working 24-hour shifts. I haven't won a single raffle since the system was implemented. Really? You know, Nin, when we play marbles, I would also hear all the time, I never win marbles. So I think any random one, we would do it. It gives me an idea, though, Nin. It gives me an idea. The less you have won, I might increase your chance in future drawings. So to do raffle, because that was the complaint. People would say that at marbles too, Nin, right? They would go, I'm never coming first. Yeah, I never come in first in marbles, or I'm always last, so it's always do not finish. Raffle. I'm going to think about this. We're going to come up with some complicated math on this. Even as someone who wins every now and then, perhaps over time, folks who have not won have a greater chance. And the way it is, I think it's going to be this first version is just the first version anyway. I was going to evolve this and make it more complex in terms of the algorithm anyway. Like as you view and you're around, you get points and maybe they go into it. So yeah, we'll definitely address that. So I don't want people to not get codes right then. So that'll definitely get addressed. Have not won, but participated in marbles. I don't know what you mean. I'm saying this is there was even with marbles, there was people that would complain that they never win in marbles either, right? So now that I have my own raffle system, I can change the algorithm to be a little bit more benevolent to the people I don't win, right? So I'll think about that. I wanna do something along those lines. All right, so we have 3 left, but here's what's going to happen. Once the dry season happens, the water just doesn't disappear. What happens is the could also have the daily code work with the other gleam as well. Maybe, we'll see. The one reason I do the codes differently is I'm evaluating some different stuff. The one nice thing, see, I have 2 giveaways going, and I don't want to do a lot of stuff differently. So right now with the Steam gift cards, I don't have to update those codes after every stream. For the 890 jump, I do. So the water doesn't disappear. What happens is it stops flowing, so you can see it's flowing. So as long as I get these built before the water finishes flowing, we may save some water here. I don't think we're going to get this. This one needs, yeah, we just missed it. I think we're going to lose all the water. No, but I'm just saying then, quite often people would say they haven't won in marbles. Yeah, Dory, though, but I think if you increase the chances of winning, if you haven't won, we'll see. I'll evaluate it. But RNG is RNG, yeah. Yeah, but if over a stream there's lots of raffles that are given away, you're going to get one. Like I said, I'll come up with something. I'm gonna think about it. Just one thing at a time. No, because there's not a raffle going on right now, John. So I could start one right now, and then you could join. There, we just started one. Now you can join. No, it's not one per stream. Don't listen to Dory. He's talking about some other parts of the giveaway.
Get to the chopper!
Yep, get to the chopper. Yep. This is slowing down how fast the water is getting away, but I just don't think we're not getting this built. We are not getting this built. Let's speed it up and see. Because there's no logs on this at all. And we're losing the water. The water's flowing out. Oh, we got no logs here. Well, no, I'm just saying, with Dory, you're more familiar with what's going on. For someone new, it can be kind of confusing, right? Yeah. It is slowing down, I know. I just don't think I'm going to get this built before I can stop it all completely. We'll see. It's going to be close. Maybe. The cool thing is I have log files, so I'll go through the log files here. Documents, OBS. So I have log files. So what I haven't done is gone through to make sure there are no issues. Why is this not working? Live, looks like tier 1. And then, because I can make sure maybe something's happening with you, you're not getting into it. But I have the log files. So what I keep track of are, why is this taking forever? There we go. So these are all, so since I've implemented the giveaway, these are all the raffles. Right, so this was the first one, and then this one is the one that just happened. So I'm not going to show it on stream, but I am going to do this. Let me move this over here. And I can see this most recent one. It's just being slow. There we go. Nin, you're in there. You just didn't win. Huh. I already see some problems. What giveaway was this? 7-5. You might want to log. Have you ever logged onto the website? You may have some codes because I've noticed there are 1, 2, 3. There are 3 Twitch winners. 1, 2, 3, and 2 YouTube winners. So I have a defect in my code. I don't know what's going on. I need to look at that. But you might want to log on to the website. You may have some codes. So this last giveaway, it says Tier 1, Hudson Hawk 1 from the Twitch side, Yuri 1 on the YouTube side, Texas Horny Toad 1 on the Twitch side, and Texas Horny Toad 1 on the YouTube side. It had multiple winners, and I don't know why. I got to look into that. Were they all like this? Let's just go grab a random one from earlier. Yeah, 3, 4, 5. There have been 5 winners. I suggest you log onto the website. You may have codes you can use. Interesting. Yep, so I need to play with that some more. Alright, we're down to our last one here. I don't think we're going to get it built before I lose all the water. It's pretty low right now. We can stop pumping him. Yeah, he's not getting any water anyway. I also had a chance to read your Discord DMs. What are you sending me? Sending me something? I'm not showing YouTube chat. I'm pretty sure I'm not showing YouTube chat, am I? I turned it off if I am. Is it showing the YouTube chat? Because I turned that off because I'm aware of that rule. Yeah. I'm not showing YouTube chat. Nah, it's the Twitch chat separated from the YouTube chat. Oh, it did show. I had that turned off. Oh, let me turn that off for a minute. Yeah, because I'm aware of that. And I'm pretty sure I turned that off. Gosh, they changed how all this works. I don't remember. I got too many scenes. It's going to take me a minute to find that. Control F, chat. There it is. Chat only scene. Settings. Yeah, I don't know where that is. I'm going to disable that until I figure out why. Let me do, yeah. I don't know why he's showing up there. I'm gonna actually disable the chat until I can figure it. It's no big deal. It only adds a little bit of value because people can see their chat. Cam break overlays, alerts, custom walk up. Alright, there. So I'm just disable chat until I find that setting. Yeah, because I'm aware of that. Imagine someone broke like always when you start it back up. And only did. Nah, this one's handled differently. It has nothing to do with the restart. Alright. Back to here. Yeah, I don't think. Well, we're getting somewhat built. We need 6 more logs. So you can see the water is falling down to here. I think we're gonna barely. I don't think we're gonna save it. We'll be ready for the next drought. Yep, boom, I knew it. All right, so let's cut the 24-hour days. All right, hold on. Let's put everything back. We weren't able to save it, so let's put it all back. So let's go back to 16-hour days. We don't need him for now. We do want to get another water pumper. Let's make all these normal again. Yeah. I think some of it for me, John Tom, is I got greedy. I wanted to get the most amount of water, so I built it over here. I probably should have started sooner, but if I built it here, this is a shorter distance, and it would have stopped it earlier. I would have saved it. I just got greedy. And then, all right, so let's go here. So let's just do, let's disable him. Let's disable him. Let's put him back to normal priority. Normal priority. And let's build normal priority. Okay, good. Let's re-enable him. Let's re-enable him. We got that built. Let's re-enable that. We need that built. We'll do that priority. What else do we got here? I do want to build another log pumper there. Let's go ahead and get him going too. Turn him back on. And we want to bump this. We want to gather whatever food we can. Actually, these aren't going to grow. Have these been picked? Dies in 2.18 days. So we somewhat saved these though, because we did slow down the water. And so these didn't completely lose water until later. Alright, let's do a couple other things. Let's see here. Alright, I think we're good. Normal priority. What I should do is build a log thing over here somewhere so that's not too far. Let's just do that. Let's build storage. Let's grab landscape and storage. Let's build one of these. There. And we'll put logs in here. How much does that take? It only takes 6 logs. That's fine. Okay, I think we're good. This is what we're back to normal. 16-hour days. We have... Alright, we're good. We're good. You can press P to pause instead of just using the mouse. Yeah, I don't hit the keyboard button a lot. I'm a mouse guy. I'm in no major rush. He won't have power. So we might as well pause him, so he's not going to have power. Mickey. We can finish planting, though. We can go back to marking these as oaks. Plant crops, trees, oaks. I think we can just go back to doing these as oaks. There we go. Okay, it works. It works. Pause him. These two are no good without water. We got 3 guys going here. We're going to do normal population. So I want to put the jobs back the way they are. We're going to have stairs in a little bit. We're out of water here. Oh no, we got water there. So we built another one of those. Did I select this one for water? There we go. So we're really going to be good for the next drought. So the next thing to take care of is to make sure we can handle a bad tide, because bad tide's worse and that they make things go really bad quickly. Okay. I think I want to do double floodgates like right here. Where does this come from? Ooh, what is this? Well, that's a waterfall. I didn't see him. We're just going to speed through our bad tide season. Or not bad tides, but the drought. Let's say where we're at. I might run out of codes. Why is, hold on, let's put this back to normal. Why am I drawing multiple winners? Oh, I know why. I know why. It's raffle in. I know why it's picking multiple winners. Well, we got all Twitch entries. We got all YouTube entries. We pick a winner. We pick a winner. Pick a winner. We give them a code. And then we send an API. I think my log file, I think it is only picking one winner. I think this is the guy who's busted. So this is just my updating the log file with who won and didn't win. And I think this is the guy who's busted. Because as far as I can tell, it's picking one winner for each. So when you type in join, it does. Well, that's my APIs. I mean, this is running on my machine. It's calling my website API to award the code. And it's lightweight. It's super lightweight. And it's stored in a Cloudflare KV storage, which is super fast. Like, it's very lightweight. One of the advantages of lightweight is lightweight tends to be fast, too. So I don't think it's picking multiple winners. I think my archive is what's messed up. I'll have to test that. But the problem is it's logging more codes quicker than I'm giving them out. Yeah, I'll have to dig through that. I thought I knew what was going on, but that's not it. All right, let's get past the bad time or the drought here. So they're all resting. How are we on food? We got 223 carrots. We got 67 water. We should be fine. Let's go ahead, since we're going to be good, let's go ahead and get the other lodge built. Housing lodge. Let's get him built. Let's prioritize that. And let's get the water thing ready too. Let's prioritize that. Another pump going. All right, let's prioritize him. There we go. Because then by the time the drought's over, this will be built, that'll be built, and then we'll be ready to utilize them. Alright, so let's cruise through the drought here. Next drought, we're going to be in really good shape because we'll have the levees built. Or the, what are they? Dams. The levee blocks completely. A dam allows it to overflow a little bit. So that way you don't flood. So if you'd block this completely, what would happen is the water would fill up and then it would flood my area. And in fact, Dory, I think, if I was looking at the code there, it should, let's see here. Pick winner, pick winner, pick winner. Process winner. So it picks the winner first. Okay, it does send the message, then it sends the code. I was thinking maybe it sent the code before it announced the winner. That way it would be really, really fast. And in fact, I probably should do that. That way, if you want, if you know you got the win message, then the API is going to, the code's going to be there. So I probably want to bump that up and move it to here. That way it sends it. So when you get the message, you know it's already there. Alright, we want to pause this. There's nothing to pump. Until the water comes back, there's nothing to pump. I always like to have one log guy with a higher priority. That way we know we're getting water. And then this one will be regular priority. And I don't think we need to prioritize that anymore. Alright. Hey, life goals. Everybody's happy. Even though they were working 24-hour days, everybody's happy. Alright, drought's over. We survived the drought. Let's do regular speed. So you can see the water starts filling, coming back in. So there comes the water. It's kind of cool to watch it flow through. See it flowing through? So it'll take a minute for it to get to us. Just like it took a minute for it to leave us too. So when the water comes back, then we'll enable these three. And we'll put regular for that for now. Because we're doing really good on the food side of things. Actually, until I've picked it all up, we'll leave that higher priority. Because I want to get this stuff before it dies off. Alright, so do we have anybody doing nothing? Yeah, these aren't growing because there's no water there. So having the water here will help this. Yep, gonna be doing some scalping Thursday and Friday. At least Thursday. Excited. I might stream a little bit of that. If I stream that stuff, that usually is only on YouTube. Just because it's easier for me to do it on my phone. And one thing I haven't figured out is when I'm doing something remote, that's the next thing I got to figure out. And this is where I may move away from StreamerBot completely. If my website is handling that stuff like on the server side and not on my PC, then what I could do is I can detect that I'm live and then have some code running like StreamerBot does on my website that then does like the raffles and stuff. That's the one thing I don't like about StreamerBot. It has to be run on your computer. I think I want to move a lot of that functionality to my website. And then it doesn't matter where I'm streaming from. Yeah, no, we'll do that. So yeah, I think I mean, I love StreamerBot, it's great, but I think I want to move some of that functionality to the website. Now that I'm kind of really liking the Cloudflare, I can easily say I'm live and manage it all from there. Create a little admin interface. Yeah, basically I want to rebuild StreamerBot, but from a website standpoint. And that way, whether I'm on my phone and I'm real live streaming, all the functionality you're used to seeing will still be there. That'd be kind of cool. Well, this water's taking forever to get here, isn't it? All right. So we're gonna be good on water for droughts. So the next thing to handle is basically, all right, we got the stairs now. So let's get stairs going. So let's get this taken care of, because this is the next thing to worry about is bad tides. So let's take care of that. Let's get stairs unlocked. So we want to get up there. Yep. And then just basically want to get to here. So I guess I'll go straight up there. So we'll do the land here. Then we'll build some stairs here. And then some more. And then some stairs. And some stairs. We're gonna need to go up. We're gonna need to go up. I guess we'll have to turn here. We're gonna need to go up that way. Let's build that, that. There we go. And there. Alright. And then we'll just need to come straight up. That works. Alright, some stairs here. Stairs here. And then, let's see here. What can we do pathwise? Just do that for now. And then stairs down. And then, stairs down. Where do we want to take stairs down? No, we don't want them here. Decided we don't want them there for now. We want them... Hold on a minute, let me think about this. So where I want to get levees here. Levees here. And 120 science. I'm gonna get levees here, and that's okay. It's gonna fill this up, and then it'll flow over, so we'll be fine. Then, levees, and then some floodgates. So here's where we want to go across. So I'm gonna mark this for destruction. We're gonna do it there. And then levees will go there. So this level will be all levees. Can I build levees on top of levees? Or do I need to go 2-level levee? Other buildings can be built on top. So I can build a levee on top of a levee. Okay. Alright, so we can do that. So what's the best way I want to get down to there? That's going to get destroyed eventually. Or is it? Yeah, because we're going to do the floodgates here. We're going to do floodgates here. How am I doing in terms of remote codes left? Live giveaway 2025. because they might be giving away more than I want. Still plenty left. Yep. I guess that's fine. We'll do, for now, we can reevaluate this. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Can I build a walkway on this? No, but then we can destroy that. Alright, so what I'm trying to avoid is if I destroy that, then it's going to route that water over to there. And that may be fine because I have water from this source anyway. Have water from over there. Shit, we're out of water. Fuck, I gotta wait. Yeah, see how much higher this is now because it's not flooding down. So I wasn't paying attention. I almost ran out of water. Alright, let's prioritize these jobs. Okay, get some water going. How are we on food? We're good on food. Alright, we'll turn him back on. There we go. Alright. Alright, so I gotta think about this. Because if I tear this down, yeah, and I think that's okay. Because, it's okay. Because even though once I build this levee here, the water's going to flow that way, it'll flow this way too. And I have water coming from the other source. So I think we'll be fine. So we're going to demolish that one. Then we're going to demolish that one. And I just don't want to deal with these two just yet. And then I'll give us a path down. And then we can do the building here. Okay, alright, we're good now. Hey, they're all enjoying their campfire. Alright, let's get through the nighttime. Let's plan this other one too. So now we got that plan. Let's start planning for this one. So we're going to come up to here. Alright. Where do I want to get to? I want to get to here. I need to get to here. This is where I need to get to. Alright. This may kill a few birds with one stone. If I get up to here, I can start taking advantage of this metal too. Yeah, let's start making our way up into here. Yeah, so I got to... Can we do that? And that, there we go. Alright, that's very good. Oh, shit. Nope. I was doing it from too far away. There we go. Okay, now we can just start inching our way up here. So let's do here, and nope, not there. Okay, this looks like a good path here. So let's do here, 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 and here. There we go. That gets us up. Bang, 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 bang. Then, we need to get to here. Let's just go straight across. Alright, that should go there. Okay, I think we can do... Damn it. There we go. Do that. Do that. There we go. Bang. And we can come up this way right here. Alright. Now we can get to here, we can get to here, go there. It's a long haul. We'll definitely want to get some districts going to manage this. Oh, we're going to have to demolish that tree. It's in my way. Ooh, we don't want that one. We want to get to here. We're going to use some districts over here. Yeah, so we're going to do levees and then floodgates right up there. So we're going to do the same thing over here. And we're going to need to get rid of that. Then we can go over here again. And we can go down. I don't know if we're going to need to do all that. So I think we're going to build the levees right there. And then we'll do the floodgate right there. Can we unlock levees yet? Need 120 science. All right. I think we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that. We got what we need to survive a drought, and our next step is to start progressing the next level of the game and get these surviving bad tides. And that's going to take a little bit to get to. But I want to plan it as soon as possible. And I think we're going to want a couple mini districts to build this. And then disable the districts when we're done. Alright. Does anybody even stream Timberborn? Only one streaming Timberborn?
Hey, you guys have a single camel?
Hold on. I'm gonna see if anybody streams Timberborn. Well, let's click play while I'm doing all that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to end it here. Let's do another raffle. Let's do what we normally do. We'll do another raffle. Kick off a raffle. I gotta look at my raffle code. I don't know why it's may or may not be picking multiple winners. Then we're going to show our last bonus code. And then we'll be back on a little bit later. Alright, let's save our game. Save game. Exit the desktop. We'll do some some more Timberborn tomorrow morning too. I can go ahead and show the bonus code. So let's show the last bonus code. That should show up. There we go. Last bonus code. Can move the talking. There we go. Yeah, the stream secret code I may move to the raffle too. The Steam gift card. The only thing I don't like about that is I gotta update them every stream. So Yuri 1 and Pagula 1. Alright, I'm gonna head on out. Thank you all. I'll see y'all later, whoever joins me for Star Citizen later.